Hello everyone! There are many simple reasons to start a road rage incident, and how you react will determine the safety of your trip. Let's continue this video to witness vivid lessons from road rage. A minor conflict caused the man driving the Mercedes to burst into a rage and shout at the van driver. He decided to block the van in the middle of the intersection. Finally, he rushed out of the car, threw something in the van driver's face, and left with teary eyes. A small incident earlier caused an SUV to tailgate a sedan on Prince's Highway in Tainan North. When the SUV driver tried to ram the sedan, his vehicle overturned. But it didn't stop there. As soon as his car flipped, he got out and charged at the sedan driver to continue venting his rage. Timothy was heading home after work when a woman driving a Jeep suddenly brake-checked with him. Timothy was startled and honked to remind her, but this only enraged the woman even more. An earlier collision caused the two men to rush into each other to vent their rage. In the end, the older man in the pink shirt got a face full of pepper spray when he decided to attack the younger man. Think carefully before you change lanes. Speed can get you home sooner, but it can also put you in bad shape that was never part of your plan. A previous incident made these two drivers angry and decided to cause chaos on the road by starting a game of tag.
I gotta get out of here. Yeah.
Winning a tantrum is not what we want when we sit behind the wheel, but reaching the destination safely is the most important thing. Don't try to fight in road rage, but choose to leave peacefully. The man driving this BMW did not yield to the elderly pedestrian crossing the street, and even walked away after the incident occurred. It's worth mentioning that he blatantly did this right in front of the police, and in the end, the police could not let him get away with it any longer. Two men in a BMW suddenly appeared from behind and cut in front of David's car while he was on his way to the office. The two men even got out of their car in the middle of the highway just to vent their anger. Luckily, David chose to leave rather than get into a fight. Rage erupted on the highway when the man driving the moto overtook and the woman in the sedan claimed this put her in danger. Who do you think is at fault in this situation? Comment 1 if you think the sedan is at fault. Comment number 2 if you think the fault belongs to the moto driver. The driver in this car gave the traffic police a scare when he became impatient when asked to stop by the police. Please answer honestly. Are you willing to give way in a similar situation on the road like this? Rage erupted when the young man in the white car started moving into the left lane without using his turn signal. The man with the dashcam thought he was changing lanes, so he overtook, but this made him angry and blocked the cameraman's car. The road seemed to be congested during rush hour, but this man didn't seem to understand that. He kept tailgating the cameraman and even became enraged and blocked the car. Thinking the cameraman had brake checked with him, in the end, his rage successfully earned him a ticket. There are many simple reasons for starting a road rage incident, and if you don't want to be a victim in these situations, choose to smile and leave in peace. It is never a good idea to use your moto to confront a vehicle weighing several tons. A previous minor incident caused the pickup truck driver to become angry with the SUV and attempt to chase and stop the SUV. Suddenly turned into karma, created for him by the pickup truck driver himself. Paul was on his way home after work when he encountered two men in a Ford who rushed up near the red light and almost hit the car in the middle lane, then continued to fight with people in other cars. The woman in the white car suddenly got out of the car and danced and wiggled while waiting for the red light. In the end, the Uber driver chose to abandon her because he felt uncomfortable with this confusing action. This road rage incident occurred in North County. The conflict happened between two men due to a previous incident. It seemed to have ended when the black car drove away, but the man driving the red car didn't stop there and decided to give chase. The collision caused the black car to lose control and veer into the opposite lane before stopping on the grass. Fortunately, no one was injured. You never know who you might be up against when you get out of your car in a fit of road rage with a stick in hand. It is very likely that you are the recipients of karma. So the best way for you to not get into trouble is to stay calm. This rage happened when the driver encroached on the motorcyclist's lane, which also made him angry. But the way he acted made things worse. His beloved motorbike suddenly turned into a pile of scrap metal when the thought of using his motorbike to confront a car 3 times its weight was realized. When you have road rage, you could be the one getting yourself into trouble. Two men driving a moto attacked an SUV driver in a previous conflict, causing the SUV driver to respond by vandalizing the moto before leaving. Do you agree with the SUV driver's actions? Comment 1 if you think what he did was entirely justified. Comment 2 if you think he should have remained calm to avoid trouble. A video recently circulating on social media was recorded during an incident in Texas. A driver driving a sedan intentionally drove into a man driving a moto behind him. The speed was too fast, causing the driver of the moto to run off the road. Worth mentioning is his reaction to the incident. "I don't care."
You hit them! I don't care. I got it on video too. I don't care. Double what? Yellow stripe? Nah.
What is karma in road rage? Karma is when you become a fool through your own actions, caused by what you have done.
Calm down, bro. Yo, calm down.
Perhaps for many people, time is more important than safety. The driver of this van, in a fit of rage, rammed into an SUV because he wanted to run a red light. Finally, when he ran the red light on his own accord, the bus arrived at the same time. This man tried to run a red light, and he even got angry at the man driving the oncoming SUV, so absorbed in his rage that he received karma soon after. A man on this motorbike got angry and gave the middle finger to the driver of a car turning left after carefully turning on the turn signal. Unfortunately for the cyclist, he was quickly overtaken by karma and crashed into a rickshaw with his right foot. An earlier lane dispute had made things tense. When two men rushed out of the car and intended to attack the occupants. But the incident quickly ended with a pepper spray canister being pulled out. This driver is certainly passing traffic, and not abusing the left lane is only to pass privilege. Looks like the driver wouldn't move over to let the Kia pass, and Kia dude really didn't like that. Karma caught up with this driver when he succumbed to road rage and decided to speed up. This definitely wasn't part of his plan. Does someone else's unhappy morning make you unhappy? If you were in this situation, what would your next action be? Karma is when you get back double what you did to others. The best way to avoid getting into trouble is to find ways to avoid road rage. Make it a habit to check your surroundings when changing lanes to avoid trouble. The conflict happened very simply when these two men walked into each other's lane. If you were in this situation, would you choose to give way or wait? Please leave a comment on how you would react in this situation. The rampage occurred when two men in a sedan tried to squeeze into the truck's lane. This caused the driver to honk his horn to warn them, but this caused the two men in the sedan to become angry and rush towards the truck driver. However, the situation quickly turned around when the driver was carrying something that appeared to be an electric baton. The two cars in front rushed forward dangerously, causing the man in the gray car to decide to change lanes to the left, but at the same time, the man driving the white car was speeding up and lost control, almost causing him to be thrown off the road. This caused him to fly into a rage and rush towards the man in the gray car to vent his rage. Luckily, the man in the gray car chose to react peacefully. The incident happened in South Australia. John was returning home after shopping when a man in a tram suddenly blocked his path and screamed. He then aggressively approached and smashed John's windshield because he thought John had entered his lane. The road rage occurred on Burley's Way in Leicester. A previous conflict had caused this man to become enraged, and he stormed into the cabin of a sports car to resolve it. He even used his own head to do it.
Wow.
The man driving the unruly sedan tried to cut into his lane by encroaching into the opposite lane. He even flew into a rage when he wasn't given way. He got out of his car and approached aggressively, seemingly intent on resolving his anger with his fists. But he was immediately hit by pepper spray. This unruly man decided to block the entire busy road during rush hour just to settle a minor dispute from an earlier incident. Not stopping there, he even challenged everyone present despite everyone's advice to him. But this is what caused him to receive bad karma. Bullies on the street receive retribution as soon as they decide to block the entire road. The man driving the Nissan pulled onto the shoulder and had previously tried to merge when there was no space. The story ended with him having to pay $2,000 in repair costs because the insurance company refused to cover the damages. There are people who love supercars, and there are those who seek to destroy them. Fortunately, the police arrived quickly enough to ensure that the situation was handled properly. An earlier road dispute led to this man throwing a milk bottle at a truck driver's windshield. The reason was that the truck driver had started to slow down just so this man could speed past, but he assumed the truck driver brake-checked with him. What would you do if you were the person driving that moto? Please share your behavior in the comments section below. The rampage occurred when this man parked his car opposite Dabin's car in a previous situation. Dabin decided to drive across the street to note down the driver's license plate number, but this made him furious.
Get back in your car. Come on. Come on.
Time is extremely precious to everyone, so they don't even have enough time to wait for the red light and not enough time to read traffic signs. The incident happened at Huntington Central Park when this man brake-checked the sedan behind him, driven by a young couple. Notably, he even flew into a rage, yelling and pounding on the sedan's window, believing the Asian woman driving wasn't driving to his liking. What is karma? Karma is when you receive double or many times what you previously created. The man driving the Audi decided to stop and rush towards the man driving the moto to resolve his rage from a previous misunderstanding. However, his anger made him forget the basic thing to do when stopping the car, which is to pull the handbrake. The story of road rage quickly becomes the story of two men trying to push a car. This young man decided to stop and answer the phone while he was standing in the middle of the street. But as soon as he received the reminder, he chose to get angry. If you were the driver in this situation, what would you do? If you are not a professional boxer, don't think about confronting 4 people alone. This is definitely a bad idea, no matter how great your rage is. There are many reasons why you should never drink and drive, and this is one of the biggest reasons. This woman almost had to accept the karma she created for herself when she was engrossed in cursing and sticking her middle finger in the face of the sedan driver, because she thought the sedan refused to give way to her. Dylan was driving his truck home after work when 2 men dangerously pulled up behind him, causing Dylan to honk his horn to warn him. However, this was also the reason why these 2 people got angry, so they decided to get out of the car and approach Dylan with a stick in hand. A minor incident earlier led to a conflict among these 3 drivers. While everything could be resolved peacefully and for the good of both parties, the man holding the iron rod did not think about that. In the end, when the rage subsided, no one was the winner. This man entered the street while the light was red. He even raised his hand as if he were a god, and made the Land Rover stop so he could cross, slowly. Eventually, a helping hand brought him back to reality. In her anger at the car behind her for following too closely, this woman dropped her glasses, and as soon as she bent down to pick them up, she fell out of her vehicle. The man driving the Toyota witnessed the entire incident and used his car to block her now out-of-control vehicle. The video was shared by Dan as he was heading home after work. He came across 2 cars tailgating each other due to a previous incident. The driver behind, who was aggressively following him, received immediate karma when the car in front suddenly hit the brakes. this man suddenly flew into a rage at another man without any reason. When everything seemed to be over, he ended up receiving the karma he had created. Is this why you need to calm yourself before your fits of rage? A previous incident caused these two men to rush into each other to resolve the conflict. The younger man was carrying a baseball bat, but he quickly realized he had messed with the wrong guy, Bruce Lee. Whatever the reason, when you decide to engage in road rage, the results are usually the same. If this video brings you new experiences to make your driving easier, subscribe to the channel and press the bell button so that every time there is a new video, you will be the first to watch it. The incident happened in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. When the man driving the bicycle, Pam's husband, was helping her buy milk, a man driving a pickup truck got angry at him because Pam's husband ran a red light. They chased each other for a long time before Pam's husband left. The entire incident was captured by a Good Samaritan with a dashcam who reported the incident to the police, and the driver was charged. A previous conflict caused the man riding the motorcycle to decide to puncture the van tires and then leave, as if nothing had happened. A previous incident caused two women to have a conflict and decide to use their cars to resolve the matter. Then the two left with the damaged car. Do you think their insurance companies will cover this incident? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Smile and leave if someone is ready to rush at you, just because of a small incident. This will bring you a safe trip. A conflict broke out between the group of drivers and the four people in the pickup truck. The tension escalated when the man in the semi-truck pulled out a gun. Luckily, everyone left. This small man quickly learned a lesson in humility when a small misunderstanding earlier had made him furious, while the man in the sedan still chooses to react politely. The driver of this BMW decided to change lanes, even though behind him was a large truck approaching at about 50 miles per hour. In the end, this not only put him in danger, but also earned him a ticket for his actions. The video was shared by William when he was on his way home from work on his bike. When a van intentionally forced him to fall, and the driver quickly got out and blamed William. An argument quickly broke out between the two, and things didn't go according to anyone's plan. Do you often ride a bicycle to work? If you were William, what would you do? Frank was on his trip in Florida when a man driving a sedan suddenly pulled up, brake-checked right on the highway, and challenged Frank. However, this man could not be happy for long. When two other truck drivers witnessed the whole incident, they jumped up and stopped the other man and discussed together about safe driving on the highway. An argument broke out between a truck driver and a taxi driver. This is how the truck driver made things worse. 4 nearby cars were severely damaged, and he ended up paying $30,000 for his decision. There's no way to predict when road rage will occur. Hopefully, we can all remain calm in every situation. Anyone can pull out a gun and point it at you in their rage. So our ultimate goal is to reach our destination safely, not to win an argument. Every bad response can be thought of if someone is in a rage. The woman driving the sedan decided to throw a McDonald's cup at the man on the motorcycle and then drove away as if nothing had happened. This SUV tried to merge into the lane while the truck was moving towards it, causing both cars to collide slightly. Rage ensued, and the SUV decided not to let the truck pass for a long time. In the end, the truck driver chose to retaliate. A small dispute made the man riding the bicycle decide to throw his cup at the truck driver, but he never even thought about the consequences of his action. Take a deep breath before reacting. It can help you avoid bad things, and it can even save a life. Both men driving the moto couldn't understand why the sedan driver did what he did. Do you have an answer? Please leave your opinion below in the comments section. Do you agree that this is a civilized way to handle road rage? But first of all, it's not clean at all. You never know who or what you'll be up against when you lose your temper and step out of your car. Therefore, the best way to handle the situation is with calmness and tolerance. The driver of the Ford tried to run the red light in the hope that he would get across the road, but the SUV also ran the red light and went almost to the end of the bridge, forcing him to reverse. Everyone was fine, but his car cost $5,000 to repair. There are many people who love dogs as pets, and there are also people who love beautiful cars. But there are people who don't like both of the above. Everyone hates red light runners, but most people forget that we are not the police, and getting angry is not the best way to solve problems. Even though the red light had passed, the man driving the sedan still ignored it and stepped on the accelerator to pass, causing the incident to occur. The noteworthy part is that as soon as he realized the fault was entirely his and decided to flee, a nearby police patrol car witnessed the entire incident. Certainly, there are many videos of road rage on the internet, but have you ever seen a rage ending like what this woman acts out? A previous incident caused a long-standing conflict between two men. which ultimately ended with the sedan flipping over and the SUV leaving afterward. The incident occurred at Ocean Beach, California. When the car cut off and took revenge on the motorcyclist, this made the man driving the motorbike angry, so he took advantage of the moment of slowing down to kick the car's rearview mirror. However, the cyclist lost balance due to his own actions and fell to the roadside.